Gerald Bourguet.
Very demure, very mindful. What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the PHNX Suns Podcast. I'm Lindsay. That's Gerald. That's Flex. That's Usbo. If you missed the cold open, we got Gerald. We got him good.
So sick of it. So sick of it.
If you missed it, go back and watch it again. It was funny. Gerald's eye roll was impeccable. Immaculate.
One day.
I came back from Kentucky.
Don't do it. Stop it.
Very cutesy.
Yeah, very cutesy.
Welcome in, everybody. Hope your Friday is off to a great start. Happy to see so many of you here in the chat with us early on. Joe, Enslow, Leo, Buddha the Schizo, Daniel, BC. Thank you all for being here. Keep the comments coming in throughout the show, and make sure you hit that like button for Gerald.
I want to say hi to Mike. He said he watches us every day. I was walking at a place in Tempe this morning, shots out of his car. Is that Espo? And I said, yes, it is. And he goes, I love the show. I watch every day.
Let's go, Mike.
Mike and his yellow Camaro. Thanks for shouting.
Thanks, Mike.
Let's go, Mike.
That's awesome. All right, guys. We got a tough conversation to have today.
Do we?
Yes.
Okay.
How much does this matter to the Phoenix Suns' success?
Mhm.
Okay. When you look at a season's success as a whole, from a win-loss standpoint, do regular season wins matter? Do they? Do they not? I don't know, but let's talk about it.
Okay. I mean, to a certain extent, yeah. Like, you got to win enough games to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You got to win enough games to be in a good seeding and get better matchups in the playoffs. But I think we're at the point with this particular Suns team, we saw a team win 64 games and set a franchise record and fall short of the second round. And now, if you asked a lot of people what their favorite Suns team was, it would be the 2021 team that went to the finals and didn't win as many games as that team did. So I think we're in a position now where we've seen the Suns be successful for the last 4 years, 5 years. We need to see it in the postseason now. And so regular season, yes, matchups matter. But at the end of the day, home court is only going to get you so far if you have a terrible matchup in the first round. Like, the West is a bloodbath. So to me, regular season wins, they matter in terms of building chemistry, making sure you guys have your available so you can, flesh out your rotations. But the regular season success is nothing without the 16 that we're still waiting to see at the end of the year.
I think at a bare minimum, you have to win 55.
Okay.
If you really want to be in a finals discussion, I mean, it's tough because I understand where, well, it's regular season. What does it really matter as long as you get in? But then you look at it, and traditionally, you still have to reach a certain threshold to really be a finals contender. And I struggle because there's been one major outlet that predicted they'll win 49 again, right? And I was thinking about it, and I go, well, does it matter how they win those 49? Does that change the perspective? Because last year it was a really rough slog to get there. It never felt good at times how they were getting there. And I know you hate the way it looks conversation about a win. But if this team plays really well, has one of the top offensive, but the West, to your point, Gerald, is just brutal, where you win 49 and you're still a top 4 or 5 team and everybody's separated by 2-3 games, maybe my perspective is different, but I just feel like you got to win in that 53, 55, up to 60 to really be considered a title contender. So up to that point, it matters, but I don't care if you set your team's regular season record for wins or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys make great points. To an extent, of course, it matters because, like Gerald said, to get into the playoffs and get the proper seedings and matchups, that's what determines it. I'm going to take a different route here. If you'd asked me this question 10 years ago, or maybe even 5 years ago, I would say, yeah, unequivocally, regular season wins matter. In this new NBA, with the play-in and the way things are spread out, and what we've seen recently in the last 2-3 years, 8 seeds making it to the finals, a 50-win Mavericks team making it to the finals, I'm not sure it weighs as much as it used to. That's where I'm at with it. I think right now, if I had to weigh them, I think health and continuity or chemistry outweigh the actual win total a little bit more than it used to in the past. Just because I think we're in a phase now where, like I said, with the extra playoff teams and the parity around the league, I think is the wins don't mean as much as before.
Doesn't actually the play-in make it more imperative to win to be in the top 6? Where for me at least it does, to avoid the play-in situation.
It does, but I think the point is more so that like you don't have to be the 1 or the 2 seed to feel good about your chances of going to the finals. I'm looking through the list of teams that have made the finals in the last 5 years. You had the 5 seed Heat make it in 2020. Okay, you want to talk about the bubble? Sure. The next year, the Bucks were the 3 seed when they won it all. The Warriors were the 3 seed. I think that was a 53 win season for the Warriors when they won it in 2022. The 8 seed Heat made it to the finals the next year. And then just last year, we got the 5 seed Mavs going to the finals. So I think we're in a place where the parity in the league is more than we've seen at any point in NBA history. So as much as like, I think, yes, you have to reach a certain win total threshold to feel good about your chances of winning a title. You don't necessarily have to be a top 2 or a top 3 seed like you used to be in order to make a run. And I think that's different from what we've seen in the past, where in the past you could label 2, 3, 4 teams that are like, those are the teams that are going to contend for a title. And now we're like, there are going to be 8, 9, maybe 10 teams that if everything breaks their way, they could win it all.
I agree with getting there. I still think in most cases you need to be a top 3 team to win it all.
I mean, it helps.
Well, that's
for sure,
what history
but
would show too.
Yeah, because like if you're winning in the regular season, you're obviously very good. You're probably going to stand the best chance of making it all the way. But again, we are the lone exception from the last couple of years of teams that had dominant regular seasons and didn't finish the job or couldn't get over that last hump.
Right. So StatMuse put out this stat today. Most wins over the last 4 seasons. The Phoenix Suns have that top spot with 209 wins. So these are regular season wins. Then at 208 regular season wins, you've got the 2024 NBA champion Celtics. Then at 205, the 2023 NBA champs, the Nuggets. 204, the 2021 NBA champs, the Bucks.
Yeah.
So
it's a little depressing to
some
see
of
it
your
that way.
math is showing that wins do
but
matter, regular season wins.
But is it depressing, or does it give you a slight bit of hope? Because you look at that and it's those 3 teams, right? But that's a 3-year period with those wins, and each of them only won once,
it's
right?
just a year,
So
you're saying this is
hopeful.
our year?
I feel hopeful because it's not as if one team dominated. That it's been multiple teams who have been good throughout the regular season, getting their opportunity to win it throughout that. So maybe, just maybe, that is a hopeful thing that this could be the year that the Suns wind up keeping that pattern going for another season.
I like where you're going there, because it was Boston, right? It was Boston, Milwaukee, and Denver. Is that right?
Yep.
All right. So we all saw that Boston had the unraveling playoffs, multiple, back to back to back. We even had conversations about, hey, do we break up Tatum and Brown? Is this going to work? Boom, boom, boom. They stuck with it. They got it done. We all saw the Denver Nuggets go through their lumps and get swept. Jokic damn near getting swept 2 years in a row, and people questioning, is this guy really that good? Can he win in the playoff? But they got it done. And then the Bucks. We saw the Bucks as a 1 seed get knocked out multiple times, flail out in the playoffs, and then he got it done. So the thing that when I look at that, I see exactly what you're saying. I see hope. I see if you keep chugging away and you keep things together and you keep taking your cracks at it, there's a likelihood that you'll get it done. And so maybe that's this year.
Yeah, you hope that being able to sustain success that many years, the teams success that Devin Booker has had over this run, since 2021, it's been impressive, and you hope that you can finally get over that hump this year. If you incorporate playoff wins over that 4-year stretch, the Celtics are first with 250, the Suns are second with 236, Nuggets third with 233, and the Bucks are fourth with 230.
The same 4 teams.
So we're due.
Yes. So we're right there. So you can look at that as a glass half full, like we're right there. You can look at that as, damn it, 2022 really should have been our year, and we didn't finish the job.
I mean, I would say at this point in time, I think regular season's wins probably mean more to me than they ever have. When you look at all these numbers, 1, and then 2, when you just look at how tight the West is. Like it really is going to matter this year, because 1 extra win, 2 extra wins could change a lot of things for you. Like it's so tight that I think this year is the year that I don't want to hear anybody say the NBA season doesn't start until blah, blah, blah. Well, I think this whole regular season matters a ton to the Suns team.
Oh, I agree. And I wonder if it matters from a mentality standpoint too.
That too.
Because this team took its lumps last year. They've, whoever, there's only a handful of guys that go back to 2 years ago, but you look at it and you go, if they come out flat again, if they don't have a good regular season, does it hurt the confidence in the belief too? Because it felt like last year they were all just pointing the finger in some ways at Frank Vogel, right? That was the problem. But if you come out, new coach, better bench, and same result, even if you get in as a 4 or 5 seed, but you have just a hard regular season that doesn't feel right, you got to wonder how that impacts the mentality too.
Yeah. No, that's a fair point. I do think like they hired a coach who is known for racking up regular season wins
60%.
and churning them out like clockwork. So hopefully that is something that translates, especially with the way that the Suns upgraded their bench, addressed some of their holes in the roster, built around the big 3 with, more than 1 year of trying to do that under their belt. And hopefully that translates. But I do think like if they win 49 games and it feels better, it's not going to make a difference to me as long as it, like for me, it's all about the playoff matchups at this point, because we thought we had a great one last year. We thought we had the best possible one in the first round, and we know how that turned out. So it really is all about, okay, did you get enough in the regular season, enough continuity to feel good about what you have going into the playoffs? And then once you're there, none of that other stuff matters anymore.
Yeah, but I think last year and the way that we went out in the playoffs kind of
bled over.
Yeah. Right? Like it felt like if there was a year that you got swept in the playoffs against a team that you thought was your easiest path forward, it would have been last year, because everything just felt way more difficult or harder than it should have been. Every single step of the season, there was a pain point, one pain point after the next. So it kind of felt like that was just like what was to be expected.
Listen, I do expect this team to be better for all the points you guys have all made, the coaching, the more continuity, the better bench, the experience, hindsight. I'm going to continue to say this. I think if we're sitting here fast forwarding and the Suns actually win a championship, if we do get to the point where they have a fantastic year and he finally raised that championship, I would be the first one to say that last year is why. Like if the way things played out last year is one of those years that I think, when you're going through it, you're frustrated and you're like, what the hell is wrong with this team? This feels like a chore. Nothing's going right. But I also feel like there's so much that you can gain from that type of year that does bleed over in a positive way. That if the Suns do get it done, I'm going to be the first one saying the only reason they got it done was because of how bad that year was. They had to go through that type of disaster to kind of get them to where they're going.
I feel like you got 1 or 2 options after last year. You either completely fall apart or you come together in a much greater way.
Yeah.
The hope, obviously, since you're running it back with the big 3 and a couple extra guys who were big players in last season, that you would come together in a much better way. And that's what you hope to see here. And then you change the pieces around them that you felt like you needed to change, bring in some new blood and some guys who will hopefully elevate your game even more. But if you have another season where it's just ups and downs constantly, then that's when you got to have the hard questions, which I really don't want to go into. So I would love for a good Sun season.
I don't even think it takes a whole season. If you have a rough first half to start this season, I think those questions get very loud as you get into January and February.
It depends on the context.
Like
if Katie and Book are out.
Injuries, if major injuries, totally different. But if they come out the gates without that and struggle, those questions start to happen.
Before the trade deadline.
I mean, hell, coming out of Christmas, if we wind up in the same spot you were Christmas night last year, I mean, we remember that. I was screaming, Dow, fire Frank Vogel that night. I was screwed.
But that's the funny part is right after that, they went on the run. Like they went on a run. One of the best teams in basketball from Christmas to the All-Star break.
And again, to your point, that happened on Christmas, but we had a reason.
Yes,
the injuries. So if we had that problem at Christmas and we didn't have injuries, yes, I'm with you. But if there's still some injuries, because I think if you take away some of the injuries this year, this team wins 54 games. Even as bad as it was.
Yeah, because they only had 40 games together with the big three?
Give them an extra 15 or 20, and it's probably a 54-win team. And things are different. So I don't think it was as bad.
Yeah. I mean, I hope this year is much better. That's all I know. I just, I don't really know how exactly I would define success for this season. Of course, winning a championship is the easiest one, but without winning a championship, other than just, I want it to be enjoyable again.
Yeah.
Like last year was just so tough as a whole that I think if we can find even just like a few more pockets of time where it was fun, because even when they were one of the better teams in basketball, like you were talking about after Christmas break, it still didn't seem very fun. Yeah. It felt like a chore, like at times.
Yeah, no, I get it. I had.
But I just love my life.
My life is not determined by Suns wins and losses. But yes, no, I totally get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I do think we, as a show, as a fan base, as everybody, need to take a page out of Monty's book and celebrate the wins a little bit more, because some of them were ugly. Some of them were fourth quarter meltdowns that they barely survived. Some of them were really fun that just kind of got swept under the rug. Like we brought up the Bulls game, we brought up the Kings comeback, we brought up Devin Booker's game winner.
MSG.
Like those are fun moments that fans will remember for a long time if we're not, sitting with the bad of oh boy, here comes another fourth quarter meltdown, that type of thing.
Look, everybody knows my stance is it's a disappointment if you don't win the title. But the bare minimum for me, 55, I'll say 53 to 60 wins.
Okay.
And at least a Western Conference final appearance. If you don't hit those, I think it's an unmitigated failure for this team based on the way it's built, that you're all in.
Yeah.
And that window is shrinking increasingly every game you're going. So.
I agree.
I agree with that.
I don't disagree with that. I think we just come down to a difference in philosophy in terms of being able to enjoy the season based on more than just the end result.
Okay, no, I agree. You can have fun during a season,
but then it's ruined.
No, I think
it
it's
just
different.
doesn't end the way that you expect.
No, I wasn't saying that to be snarky. I was saying that like it can sour something retroactively if like 2022. Nobody really talks about that season as being the funnest Sun season that we've had because of how it ended, and rightfully so. Like it was an unmitigated disaster that traumatized Suns fans forever because of how fun it was before that. And that's the tough part about this, is being able to have fun in the moment. But if it doesn't go your way and you are one of the 29 teams that doesn't do it,
let me make it clear, because I'm the hardliner on this, right?
Sure.
I still think that 64-win regular season was the most fun I've had since 92-93 in a regular season.
Yeah.
And the most fun I've ever had as a basketball fan is
2010?
It's that 21 finals.
Oh, 21.
Run.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Like,
course,
I mean, 2010 was fantastic. It was so
that was cool.
Unexpected as well. But the most fun I had, because of all the reasons, even though they lost in crushing fashion to the Bucks, but it's still a disappointment in terms of the end result. But I can separate. I had fun, and I'm still disappointed, and that's the point this year. I want to have fun during the regular season. I hope the playoff success is there, but I'm going to be disappointed if they're not holding the Larry O'Brien trophy. And I think you can have that kind of distinction, right? I can really enjoy if they win, 60 games in the regular season and it's fun again, right? And they have one of the best offenses in basketball. But if they flame out in the second round again, I'm still going to be damn disappointed that this team didn't live up to what it was promised to live up to.
Right, which is why I go back to regular season only matters so much to me. Like
Yeah,
we can have fun during the regular
yeah.
season. We could win 55, 60, 65
Means
games this
nothing.
year. Doesn't mean shit if you don't get the last 16, unfortunately. That's the territory that we're in, because we want Devin Booker to ascend as the greatest Sun of all time. We want Kevin Durant to silence all the haters of we traded Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson for this and all this other crap. Like, you are at a point where you're all in and you need to win a title to validate that approach. I still think it's the right approach regardless of whether you get there, but until they get there, every season when they don't is a disappointment. That is the territory that we're at.
Yes. But it's one thing to just be a complete disappointment and have no fun. It's another thing to be left in disappointment but had fun along the way.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Well, like, hey, one of the best memories as a Suns fan is Book's 70-point game.
Yeah.
That was a hot dumpster fire of the season.
but we had a good time.
Like that was a moment, right? You can have moments,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
One of the I just put a button. One of the most fun seasons I had was the 48-win Suns team that didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
Right? We won more than that team last year.
Right.
We had no fun.
But it was one of the most disappointing.
Yeah, because the difference
So that's why regular season doesn't matter to me.
Expectations.
The difference was that 48-win team was literally built to tank.
Yeah.
I told John Bloom, don't hit the over if you're considering to go to Vegas. He was talking about it. I said, no way in hell. It was 19 wins. And I go, did you look at this roster?
Oh, no.
And that's why it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Because it was literally the plot to Major League, basically.
So what you're saying is we should just lower our expectations coming into this season.
Yeah, I like that.
So then when they hit that 49 mark, we're super stoked.
That's where I'm living. I'm saying count us out. We're not supposed to be good. Say what you want to say. And as they start to accumulate wins, I'm going to have fun. And I'm going to celebrate when they beat
Trick the system.
the Wizards by 1 this year.
None of this. If you shoot for the star, or if you shoot for the moon, and
At least you wind up among the stars.
Yeah, none of that bullshit. None of that bullshit.
Get out of here with
Look, I'm not lowering my expectations for anything. You got to reach up and meet my expectations, because you sold me on this, that this is the team that we put the money in. We don't care about the second apron, and we're going all in. And you got to meet those expectations. I ain't lowering mine for you.
All right, we got a super chat from Psycho Blue. Thank you, Psycho Blue. They said, if the Suns escape the winter without having the awful December they've had the last 2 years, someone better check on that seal. Eyeball emojis. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. All right, we're going to put a pin in this conversation. On the other side, we will talk about some greatness. But first, I want to remind you that next week we've got a lot of really cool things going on here at PHNX. First and foremost, we've got the PHNX Mercury Takeover on August 26th, which is Monday. We are going to have a pregame party. Then we will head down to the arena and watch the Mercury take on the New York Liberty. You can get your tickets at gophnx.com. And if you are a diehard, of course, you get a discount on those tickets as well. Then on Thursday, you can come watch the PHNX Sports Crew for the PHNX Fantasy Football Live Draft happening at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Wild Horse Pass. That is August 29th. All 12 members of the PHNX Fantasy League will be drafting live at 6:30 p.m. So come join us for some giveaways, drink specials, good vibes, and hopefully somebody drafting a good team. I don't know. You say, are you going to do good?
He's confident.
That's what I said. I was going to be on your side this year. So if you let me down, I'm literally never trusting you again.
I ain't eating no waffles.
Okay. You better not. You better not. Speaking of tickets, if you are looking to get tickets for an upcoming event, whether that's a game, a concert, or a comedy show, make sure you check out our friends over at Game Time. Game Time is one of my favorite places to get tickets because it's just so easy and convenient. Like literally just the app on my phone, open it up. I know I'm going to find a good seat. I know I'm going to get a good price because Game Time has so many cool features within the app. Like the all-in pricing where you can toggle this feature on and it shows you your total upfront. That's one of my favorites. The other part is the seat view. You get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy the ticket, so you know exactly what your view is going to be like. And right now, Game Time has some really cool offers they want to hook you up with. You can get 50% off tickets to the Dodgers at Diamondbacks game on Labor Day, exclusively on Game Time. Now, there is limited availability and supply, so get your tickets while they last, but make sure you check out this Labor Day special where you can get 50% off D-backs Dodgers tickets. So check that out. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use that code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply, but again, create an account. Redeem code PHNX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time.
Game time?
Game time.
I got to tell you, Lindsay came up to me yesterday and said, Espo, you're talking too long during the ad. So I'm just going to get into it. Our friends over at Sanderson Ford are here. They love us. We love them. Fantastic place out there at Sanderson Ford. And they are giving you big payoffs like 0% financing on new 2024 F-150s, Escapes, Edge, Explorers, and Expeditions. They just added huge Labor Day sell-a-thon rebates of up to $3,400. That's a lot.
That
You
is.
get a rebate on, their facility, beautiful.
That's a
If you
lot.
haven't been there, go on out there and check it out. 65 acres of the greatest Fords you will ever see. It's basically a beautiful facility that you can find the Ford you're looking for. So shop the Sanderson Ford Playoff Payoff Sale with no hassle, no pressure, and no nonsense, just like my ad reading. They are giving you big payoffs like 0% financing, like I said, added huge Labor Day sell-a-thon rebates. You're going to want to get that $3,400 off. All offers expire on September 3rd of this year. Finance offers for 36 months, OAC through Ford Major Credit, up to $3,400 in rebates on the F-150 XLT. Get out there and get yourself a Ford. Sanderson Ford Country. There you go.
Did you say the disclaimer?
Disclaimer. I did.
Did you?
It
Okay,
was
I'm just
in
making sure.
in the last thing I said.
All right, I just was.
Geez, you tell me to be short. I
sorry,
do it.
Sorry.
Was that a minute? Did I go too long?
I don't know.
I need a stopwatch. Can somebody bring a stopwatch next time?
You know what my favorite thing is about the Ford Sanderson?
What?
Is that their cars are affordable.
Get out, Gerald. Brian sent us a super chat.
Let's go, G. Let's go, G. I love it. No, I like that one. G.
Boo.
I got one supporter.
I
One
mean,
out
they
of 5 ain't
are,
bad.
but your joke was terrible. Brian sent us a super chat. They said, "What's with this loser Knicks mentality? All or none." Listen, Brian, at this point, for me, with the amount of trauma that the Suns have delivered into my life, I just want to have fun.
I mean, the Knicks have won 2 championships,
No,
so
Like-
we can't even,
hold on.
can't even
Bless.
do that.
It's true.
The Phoenix Suns are asking me for an open relationship where they're like, I'm half in. No, give me the damn ring. All right?
I'm just trying to have a
Damn.
good time.
Okay.
Did the Suns ask you that, or was that just kind of how our
I feel
conversation went?
I feel like 35 years of being a fan has been like that.
I mean, they're trying. Damn.
We'd like to see
Are
some
they,
other.
Gerald? Are
We'd like
they?
to see some other people while we're doing this. We're not all in.
I'm
You're
trying.
not getting a ring yet.
I'm trying, Gregifer.
I'm trying. Okay, moving on.
Uh,
Let's talk a little bit about the Night of the Dragon, the farewell game for Goran Dragic. To send him off into retirement, he is hosting an exhibition game with all of his mentors and longtime teammates and friends around the league. I know we've kind of touched on this briefly throughout the week, but
mhm.
can we just real quick? This is one of the coolest retirement send-off right into the sunset things I've ever seen, I think.
It really is. Like, I'm kind of mad that we haven't gotten these type of retirement games for a lot of
Yeah.
recently retired pros, because those would have been a lot of fun. Like, televise it.
Hey,
Shit,
that's what I was going to say.
we don't have anything better going on in
That's
August.
what I was
Guess
going
what?
to say.
It's going to be televised, or not televised, but going to be on the NBA app. You can
Oh, I
actually
love that.
watch
Yes.
this game.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean,
Tomorrow between like 12 and 2 somewhere, I think our time.
Okay.
I would actually pay to watch it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like if there was like some quirky pay-per-view, pay $3 to watch this, I would pay to watch that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
And it's for his foundation, which I think is
Oh, that's
cool
even
too.
better.
So
Yes.
Good cause.
it's not just a, hey, look at all these people I can get to fly to Slovenia. It's
Right.
it's actually a cool way to raise some money as well. And I just look, I know we're not supposed to be unbiased.
Sure.
I mean, not that I do that well, but that's the mindset that you're always told when you go into this. Goran is one of the nicest guys that I've dealt with in this business, and I've never wished anything but good stuff for him. And it's really cool to see the basketball world embrace him. Like, this isn't just guys he played with. He's got Dirk Nowitzki going out there, Luka, who looked up to him growing up in Slovenia. Jeff Hornacek, who's flying out there for it. It's obviously Steve Nash and Chris Bosh, who have been around him. Like, it's just it speaks to who he is as a guy. And I think that's the ultimate. When you leave a profession where people actually look at you and go, this is a guy that I would actually want to go the extra mile to say congratulations, right?
Yeah.
That speaks volumes. If you have a going away party and one person shows up and it's the guy from HR just to make sure you handed in your key card, that's not the way you do it, right?
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, Espo, because you couldn't have said it better, brother. Like, this is all about the quality of person. This is the individual, years of being around your peers and just doing it the right way. I can honestly go back to watching film on Goran when he got drafted. And like, who's this little Slovenian guard that, came out of nowhere but had a secret workout at the end and kind of got him in. And you see the athleticism, and then you see, you had him come here, then left, and then came back. It's just a great story. Nothing was given to him. Like, he had to really earn everything he got, and
they called him Goran Dragic.
Right, they did. And I'll tell y'all a crazy thing. He played with Porter. Okay, I was literally behind the Suns bench in the old Brendan Byrne Arena. Goran Dragic's rookie season. Terry Porter's the head coach. I'm telling y'all, I'm behind the Suns bench, so you can hear everything. And Terry Porter is absolutely losing his mind going at Goran Dragic because Goran couldn't get the ball to half court. And that, I saw it with my own eyes. I didn't like Terry Porter as a coach.
Yeah.
I love Goran Dragic, but he did struggle. And so to come from that to not being able at an NBA level to get the ball to half court at that point in your career and have a send-off like this.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. You did well, kid. Congratulations, Goran. You did well, brother.
Really cool moment for him. Really cool way that they're doing it. Dragic was my first interview one-on-one that I ever got back when I was still a college kid, and he gave me like 30 minutes of his time.
Wow.
30 minutes.
Didn't
That's
know me
impressive.
at all. I wrote a one-on-one interview for the website that they put up there, and he really didn't have to do that sort of thing. He was, to your point, one of the nicest guys that I've ever been able to cover on the beat. And that 2013-14 season, even though they fell just short of the playoffs, was really special because that was the year that he was most improved. Third team All-NBA, getting MVP chance at home in a game against Anthony Davis in his prime. Like, that was a blast.
Want him back.
Yeah.
They were going to sign Raymond Felton.
Oh,
and
God.
Yeah.
That was the one thing the disgraced former owner of the team did right. He signed Goran at that point. But man, again, to your point, unbelievable guy. I remember his son had just been born. It was the first time he was at a game. He scores his career high, and then he actually lets me interview him one-on-one after just to write a piece on that, when he could have just been like, look, man, I'm going to get to my kid.
Right.
Screw you, right? Like, nope, Goran was always unbelievable.
Can I say one more thing? I'm sorry. I have to say it. It just came to my mind right now. But, I'm a man of God. I'm a man of faith. I don't believe anything happens by mistake. And honestly, since we're on the Goran talk, I wouldn't be sitting in this chair if it wasn't for Goran Dragic. I seriously wouldn't. Because it was that team, it was that year that had me have that mysterious mistake of a call.
Right.
And
Look,
ended up...
Hold on.
No, this is a true story. No, it wasn't a mistake. No. Enough people don't know the story. This was a mistake. I was sitting on my house in New Jersey, and I would listen to the app on the phone to listen to the post-game stuff.
Okay.
And that night, for some reason, they had just updated the app. And I'm an engineer, so I know how the updates work. And
Sure.
so apparently that around that time they updated the app. And there was a mysterious red button on the app, but it didn't say call in. It was just a red button.
Right.
Oh, so it was legit a mistake.
No, it was all a mistake.
gosh.
And I'm like, what is this red button? And when I pressed it, it started calling into the studio and someone picked up. And they're like, who's this? And I'm like, oh shit, this is Felix from New Jersey. And he typed Flex from New Jersey, got me on the phone with this man. And I'm sitting in his chair now because Goran Dragic that night, I still remember the game. It was against OKC and was Kevin there yet? It was they were playing. Kevin was there. They were playing OKC, and the Suns pulled out an overtime victory. Free throws by Markieff Morris at the end of the game, and I was super amped up. And I was like, damn! And I ended up on that call. And you know, as God would have it, I'm sitting here with you, lovely people. Yeah. So Goran, I love you, brother. Thank you for having a great game that night. I won't be here if it wasn't for you.
That's amazing. Okay, so it is officially, I found the exact time, 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So that'd be 11 our time. We're 3 hours behind, right?
Yeah.
So 11 hour time. You can find that on the NBA app. But it's got me thinking, because I hope we get to see more of these, right? I hope this becomes like a thing that a lot of players do when they retire. Who would be some of the guys at Devin Booker's retirement game if he went this route?
Okay. I mean, Chris and Kevin for sure.
Yes.
Mikhail and Cam.
Sure.
And Cam. Payne.
Sure.
Yes, campaign. Low key, do we throw Kyle Kuzma in there? Because
Maybe.
Yes.
I mean,
I must say emphatically,
in some
yes.
ways, yes.
Kyle will be there.
Yeah.
Yes.
D'Lo and Cat.
D'Lo and Cat will be there.
Low
PJ
key,
Tucker
PJ Tucker.
will
Yes,
absolutely
PJ
be
Tucker.
there.
are him and Ant creating this little bond? Are we going to see Ant there?
I think the
a
entire
couple more
dream team.
years?
I think this entire Olympic team shows up.
Okay.
I do.
Tyson Chandler would be
Tyson
there.
Chandler.
That was
Tyson Chandler.
his
is a
guy
good
that
one.
rookie year. Obviously, Earl Watson would be there.
Jamal Crawford.
Maybe I don't know
Maybe.
what the relationship.
He spoke
is
highly
there.
about him, but I don't know that they.
I'll tell
I don't
y'all.
know
I'll
about
tell
the
y'all
deep
under the
relationship.
radar name that will absolutely be there. My boy Big Sauce.
Oh
They've
yeah,
Alan.
always been
Oh,
really
Alan-
tight.
Alan Williams will
there.
be there.
Luca.
You're gonna get
might.
you're
You're
gonna
gonna
get
get mad
be
about
there.
it, but I'll
No,
bet you he'll be
Luca
there.
will absolutely be
I
there.
bet you he'll be there.
Luka and Jokic. I think
Luka and
will wind
Jokic.
up being
Okay.
there because in the end, I think that's going to be 3 guys that they continually have battles against each other, and it'll be a respect thing for it. So I definitely think
Luca will
that'll
be
be
there.
there.
What about-
Monty?
Monty will be
there.
there. I'll
Yeah.
throw
Ricky Rubio.
Yes.
Yeah.
He loved Rick.
He's gotta be
Ricky.
there.
Ricky would be there.
I got it. Brandon Knight's going to be there because without his injury,
Stop.
Devin never gets in that rookie season. So you need him.
You
there.
think Nash Amari and Stat? I think he would as a
Maybe.
nod to the
I think as a
Suns
nod,
greats.
Devin's so
would.
smart and
Yeah.
he's so he's so aware of all that stuff that he would absolutely have him there. But they'll probably be too old to do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll tell y'all a name that I think y'all are gonna be surprised with that I think will be there. And I know the media has been spinning this crazy, but I think Paul George is there too.
Really?
Yeah, PG shows up. Trust me.
Okay.
PG shows up. All that stuff that y'all hearing, there's a lot of noise. Some stuff did happen, but I'm pretty confident.
We're
PG.
over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
Over
think Marquise Chris, Josh Jackson, and Dragan Bender will all be there, but they'll be servers
This
because
guy.
they'll
You had to
they'll be
go
working.
there.
Had to.
Yeah, they'll be working.
Hey, the Morai will
Okay,
be there
but
too.
Tyler Eulis.
The Morai.
The Morai will- the Morai will be
Tyler
there.
Eulis.
Oh
Coach.
yeah,
They're
Tyler.
buddies,
there.
Yeah, Tyler would be
They're
there.
definitely
yes.
buddies.
I think
so.
D Lee will be there.
Damn, but hold on.
Yeah.
First of all, let's pump the brakes a little bit.
Damian Lee.
Hey, Dad, we love you,
There's
dog.
too many now.
But you can't have 672 players at your
We're
retirement
gonna have
party.
to
You gotta
narrow
narrow
this
that
down.
shit down.
That's how
Yeah.
many teammates he's had.
Yeah.
So.
Sonny Weems, come on down. No, I'm joking.
It's your.
So
There is no way. No, Sonny Weems did not play with him.
Sonny Weems
You
did
got-
play.
No, he did. No,
Book,
no, he
let's
did
see,
not.
did. Book didn't play because of Sonny Weems.
Wait,
that
was
was
that
Book's
the-
rookie year.
Was Weems
Yes.
there his
Sonny
rookie
Weems
year?
Believe
was-
me.
Whoa.
Yes, Book
Yep.
did not play because of Sonny Weems.
That's
Trust
a
me.
crazy sentence.
Yeah.
From a
That's
coaching
crazy.
perspective, I feel like Monty for sure, Earl for sure, whoever he ends up winning his first championship with for sure. I think you could also maybe toss in a Steve Kerr in there too from like the Olympic
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like he would lean into some of that too.
Yes or no from all of y'all, real quick. Is DeAndre Ayton coming?
No.
Hell no.
No.
He's going to be stuck in the ice. He won't be able to make it out of his house.
I don't think he is.
It's going to be so awkward, but probably not.
Not
okay.
Okay.
Maybe
Chris
as
Paul
a
will be
courtesy
there.
invite, depending on how many people.
I think if you had asked me this before last year, yes. Or maybe a year and a half ago, I think the ending of their time together really soured.
I think the invitation goes out. It's up to DeAndre whether he shows up or not. But I do think the invitation goes out.
Does Ryan McDonough make the list? The guy who drafted him here.
Oh, shit, man.
I think you just leave GMs out of it entirely.
Oh, you know who'll be there? We forget my boys, Frank Kaminsky
And
Jock
Landale.
Landale will be
yeah,
there.
hell yeah, they
I'll
will.
be there because I'm the guy that was the
course.
first
You're
person he
always
gave an
invited.
assist to
You
in
gotta
that
be there.
building. So
Yeah.
I'll be there.
What about Jay Crowder?
Hell yeah.
They
Hell
got
You know what's
salsa dance
crazy
there.
is
Hell
I feel like
yeah.
a lot of people think that Book would
That's a
be
good
mad
call.
at Jay Crowder because the whole Jay
Nah.
Crowder quit on Devin Booker
No,
type of scenario.
no.
We don't have the official tea behind the scenes of what happened, but I think it was much more to do with the organization and other figures
Yeah.
than it was any of his actual teammates.
Yeah.
And I think his teammates all understood the situation because if they didn't, I feel like we would have heard more about it. It would have come out that a teammate was mad and disgruntled and pissed off at Jay, but we never heard that.
No,
Never once.
Publicly,
So I
they all
think-
went to bat for him
Yeah,
too.
I
Exactly.
think all of those guys in that room still would mess with Jay and vice versa. I don't think
I-
there's any bad blood there.
I'm comfortable saying this on camera.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was all behind the scenes. There
Mhm.
wasn't one person that didn't go for. They all supported Jay,
Yeah.
and they still do. Jay's got a sweet spot in their heart. So, hell yeah, great call. Yeah, Boss Man 99 is
Yeah.
Boss
there.
man.
Joe said James Jones. How about our owner Ishbia?
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
they would
Yeah,
both
Matt
be
Ishbia
there.
gonna try to
definitely
play.
be there.
Ishbia gonna mess around, cross people up.
He's definitely going to be there.
T. Craig.
Well, he'll still be he'll be playing here. It'll be
Yeah.
his 16th time.
yeah,
that
he'll have
he's
been
back
here by
here.
like
Yeah.
5 different
No,
times.
We're going to
by
have to
then.
start narrowing
Craig,
this
great.
down because we're getting...
T. Craig,
gonna be
We still
there.
got a whole
absolutely.
another 10 years left before this happens, so we're going to be in trouble.
I'm gonna tell y'all why T. Craig. Absolutely, you don't have to have. There's not. You don't have to
Okay.
go too far. First of all, Book loved T. Craig, and you saw what Book did for T. Craig when he first came back. What would he do? Threw the headband on.
Yeah, he did. That's true.
Threw the headband on for T. Craig.
Here's
he loved
the
T.
thing.
Craig.
I don't think there's many players out there that Book doesn't like.
Right.
Everybody loves this fucking guy.
And but
Pat
vice
Bev
versa.
ain't gonna be there.
Yeah.
But vice versa as well. So that's why it's hard here. I think you could maybe pick 5 players, maybe, that Book probably doesn't mess with very much. But I'll bet you in 2 years it changes and they're best
Squashed,
buddies.
yeah.
Pat Beverly and the Raptors mascot will not be invited. and that's coming.
I think it should
That's the
just be a
list.
boxing match between him and the Raptors mascot.
I mean, that
That
would
should
be
be
really
the
funny.
event, right?
That would be really
Listen, we got to redo this show
Mhm.
and say the people that wouldn't come
That wouldn't
because
come?
this. So I'm telling
See,
you,
I
if-
would have thought Paul George, but
I don't think
Yo,
Jason
no,
Tatum
this-
would
yeah,
go.
that's love.
Jason Tatum would decline.
I think so.
You think so?
No,
They
no,
played.
I
They were teammates
I
on this.
know, but I
Once you
feel
win a
like
gold
he
medal
feels some-
together,
I think, okay, I don't think he would decline. I
No,
feel
yeah.
like there is some very low key from Jason towards Book.
Mhm.
Like just,
that's the feeling you get.
ugh. Yeah.
There's a little,
I get a little feeling.
little jealousy.
Yeah, a little jealousy, a little resentment maybe. Not that he dislikes him. It's just like that low key, like, God, you get on my nerves.
Johnny Silver brought up Ennis Cantor in the chat. That's a good one. He
Oh,
wouldn't go.
that is.
He wouldn't be invited.
would not. No.
No, that would never happen.
Yep.
This was good
you know,
conversation.
Coach Cal would be there. We didn't
Yeah.
say
Oh,
Coach
Cal.
Cal.
Oh, of course, Coach Cal's
yeah.
probably coaching.
We
one of
did
the
say
teams.
Cat and D'Lo.
Yeah.
Oh, Dylan Brooks.
Oh, yeah.
No, he ain't coming.
No, he's not coming.
Nope,
That
won't be
dude ain't
there.
coming.
No, he's not coming.
What
That
about Jose
dude's not-
Alvarado?
No, you know.
I know that was like a
Alvarado.
CP thing, but like still, I feel like Book rolls with CP
Nah,
way more than
yeah.
Alvarado.
I will say this. I think Jose has done himself some good in the last year or so as far as getting some respect
Okay.
across the league. So I don't know if we're there yet, but I know there's respect. There is respect.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened?
All right, on the other side, we will determine whether
Oh,
or not
shit,
we
here
are
we
going to
go
read
again.
Be Calm, See Clearly super chat. So you're going to want to stick around to find out if we do or not. But first,
Oh, I'm reading.
I went to Circle K today because I wasn't really feeling like having a lunch. I was just feeling like a little snackish. And you know the best place to get snacks is, of course, Circle K. Giving you a lot of Circle K pro tips, okay? Here's another one for you to put in your back pocket. You always got to get something sweet, and you always got to get something salty. Like, we all know that pairing is elite.
Like Lindsay and Chelsea.
In my opinion,
Goon.
Chips Ahoy cookies
Yes.
and then the white cheddar Cheez-Its are the perfect sweet salty pairing that you can kind of have a couple of each at a time, and they just go so well
I confirm.
together.
I tried it today. It's heaven.
I know.
Okay.
Sometimes you
confirm.
don't even know like what the mix is going to be like, but I promise you this is a mix that will hit every single time. And you can always rely on Circle K to be there for you when you are craving this snack. You can also rely on Circle K to hook it up with coupons and discounts when you're a part of their free membership program, The Inner Circle. First and foremost, you're going to save 25 cents per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups. You save 3 cents per gallon every single day. And right now, through September 3rd, at any Arizona location, you can get a Polar Pop or Froster, any size, for just 79 cents. In case you forgot, my pro tip there is Coke mixed with cherry. I know blue and cherry is good, but Coke and cherry is like a whole nother level.
Yeah, I'm with
So
that.
join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details.
Like I told you yesterday or the other day. I don't remember. I'm old. When you think of the outdoors, you think of Espo. That's right.
That's right.
Nothing says more manly and more rugged.
I mean, you do have the
That
beard.
It
I will
doesn't
give
make
you
me
that.
look manly or rugged.
No.
Just keep going. You were
I
killing
got
it.
a
You
big
do
two.
have
It's
the beard.
It's a high
that
by
fits
double
the
chin.
vibe.
All right.
It does.
And you said to make these quicker, so
Sorry.
stop interrupting.
Sorry.
All right.
You're right.
Let me tell you about our friends over at Rugged Road. They are creating some of the coolest, no pun intended, coolers in the business. They're unlike any other. They're heavy duty and they're incredibly light. And I am a weak man, so I need incredibly light. It makes them easy to transport on any trip without compromising on performance. You don't want hot drinks. You don't want food that you're getting ready to grill being all gross because you put it in some subpar cooler. No, our friends at Rugged Road got you taken care of because they've got durability and dependability, and that's what it matters. It's crafted to handle the toughest environments, like when I don't go camping, and they're built to last. So remember that. Perfect for a variety of outdoor activities or in your living room like me. From fishing to tubing and camping and tailgating, I've done one of those things. These coolers are designed to meet the needs of every outdoor or sports enthusiast. So get ready for summer adventures with Rugged Road coolers. Head to ruggedroadoutdoors.com and use that promo code PHNX for 10% off your order. Whether you're an outdoorsman or an indoorsman, you can get them lightweight, durable, and always floating upright. Yeah, I've tested it in the bathtub. It works. Perfect on land or in water, so leave the old heavy cooler at home. Get yourself a better cooler for the new season. Rugged Road, your ultimate outdoor companion.
Are we gonna read Be Calm, See Clearly's
Yes, I'll read
super
it.
chat?
Let's fire it up. Wait, there's two.
I don't know if you should. This one's a little aggressive. Read it first before you read it out
I'm not
loud.
reading the second one.
Read it first before you read it out loud.
Oh, by the way, does anybody have a
No,
picture?
that's
No, that's the one.
What?
Let's just.
We're punting. Bye. Thanks for the money.
Be calm.
The first one I thought was
No.
Nope. Just
Be
let's not
calm.
read either one.
You're so you're so funny. You're so
Wow.
I do
Okay.
love
Wow.
Devin
Sometimes-
smiles.
Oh,
Sometimes to really get the full effect of this show, you just have to be here live on YouTube and in the chat. It's just one of those things. Like, it is what it is. Okay, I have something fun for you guys.
Yeah.
Well,
More fun than that.
it'll be fun for me anyway.
Okay.
We're going to do a blind ranking. And by we, I mean you guys.
Of Calm,
Okay.
See Clearly super chats?
No,
Oh
but that
my
would be funny.
gosh. That might
Okay.
be
That was
interesting.
number 1 or number 10,
So-
depending on how you look at it.
Here's how this works. I have 10 things. The category are how you decide what ranking level you want to be at.
Mm.
Are things that would what's up, Espo? What's happening?
Do you notice the logo on this? It looks
What?
like Flex for blind guy. Like, why? He's got sunglasses on the sun there.
It's PHNX from
Oh,
Jersey.
wow. PHNX from
I didn't
Jersey.
notice that.
I didn't even see that.
Okay, so we're going to do a blind ranking 1 through 10, things that would make you happy.
Okay.
But here's the catch. Since it's a blind ranking, I'm only going to tell you one at a time. You have to pick 1 through 10 where you're going to put it, but you have no idea what's coming next. So
Okay.
keep that in mind.
This is
okay?
easy. Nothing.
It would make you happy.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Happy Friday, everyone.
Here we go.
Bro.
Got bleak.
And you guys are gonna have to work together as a team here and decide. Okay, so it's a group effort of figuring out
To
where
work
you
with
want
the
to put
nihilist
these.
over here.
Yeah, that's going to be some work, man.
The first thing you're gonna rank
All right,
is a sweet treat.
let's go.
Okay.
Who doesn't love a good sweet treat?
I like
I
a
would
sweet
go
treat. I
for-
would. Yeah. I was gonna say 4 or 5. So where you at, Espo?
I'll give you 4.
4.
4. Okay.
Seems like
I
a
mean,
happy medium.
That's
Unless she's just gonna hit us with a barrage of like terribly depressing things.
Yeah, I mean, if the
You never know.
next 9 are nuclear war, like sweet treat doesn't look good at 4.
One
cool-
sweet
yeah.
treat and 9 nuclear wars. That would not be a fun
never
game. I
know.
don't think.
I think
never
we
know.
got a good spot.
Well,
for
that's-
sweet treat.
Stop. Cut his mic off.
No, I'm just saying that's the only way. That's the only way sweet treat would make sense in 4.
It says sweet treat, not sweet release of death.
I mean,
What's
but
wrong?
I'm saying, who doesn't like a sweet treat? Like, you're safe
fair.
putting it at 4.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Okay, you're gonna roll with
This
4
is
then.
gonna be interesting.
We're in
We got
agreement
9
for
more.
very different reasons.
These are gonna be very interesting. Next up, Devin Booker is a Phoenix Sun his entire career.
Oh baby,
That's
got to be a 2 for me.
Yeah, 2.
2.
Yeah,
Two-
I think
2 or
the
3?
one thing that 2 or 3. See, okay.
There's only one thing that would top that for me.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I don't know.
So
We know what it
yeah.
is.
Only one? Like what?
There's
Well,
only
like-
one.
Like if birth of my child comes up,
mean,
like
that's- yeah,
like
that's
you know,
fair.
like
No,
I
I'm
got-
still
I got-
no. Listen, I got 2 of them fuckers, dog. I'm telling you right now, I'm not ranking them above what I
He's
hope is
channeling
coming.
his inner
Out.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
right
no, I
now,
love
y'all.
you. You know I love y'all, but nah, y'all not more than that.
All right. So we going 2 or
What did it-
3?
I think 2 to be safe, G.
We have a
Okay.
lot of
But
ones
no,
in
no,
the
no, no, no.
chat.
I
the
think
one. There's
Amelia
one thing
Kevin
that goes
Joe
above
said
it, though.
one.
There's
Yeah,
definitely
there
one
is.
thing that goes
And
above
there's
it.
more outside of just
What
Sun
you
stuff
think?
that would
2
go
or
above
3?
it. I will,
You think 3
let's
safe?
do 2 to
2?
bridge the
Okay.
gap.
Yeah.
You cannot make any changes, just so you know.
No,
We
I
know.
know. We,
Okay,
know.
just making sure.
Okay.
All right, next up, a wet sock.
10.
10.
No, not 10. Probably like 8.
All right, so this
That
something
shit,
to that.
No.
that
So
shit
anti-wet
pisses me
socks.
off.
Hold on.
It's
10.
the worst.
My
10.
goodness.
Nuclear war, I would put ahead of wet socks.
That's why I went 8. I revised.
That
8.
is- that is
Joe
why-
initially was like, "That's
I-
the worst thing that could ever
I-
happen."
oh
So
my
let me take a
God.
step back.
It's
No,
one
hold
of my worst pet peeves.
No.
The
I
second
hate.
worst
Yeah, I
thing.
can't do it.
When you shower and you get
Oh,
all
God,
clean, you
that's
put
the
on
worst.
warm, fresh socks, and you step in
Oh, that's
like
the
a puddle
worst,
on
bro.
the floor outside the shower.
That's the
It's-
worst.
Like that.
Ruins my day.
I have
Well,
a
no,
whole
first
system
up,
against
You're
it.
a
Yeah.
sicko for putting socks on while you're still in the bathroom. First off, but
Yeah,
second,
but
when
no,
it's
you-
cold in the winter, you put your clothes
Yeah, you
on right
put your
away because it's
socks
cold.
on, and then if you like forget something, you have to go back into that
Right.
area.
Yeah.
And it's like, psh, it's
Right.
like,
Or
oh,
somebody
shit.
drops an ice cube in the kitchen,
Oh, that's the
right?
worst.
That
Or you
happens
step
all
on
the
your
time
dog's
at my
piss.
house, somehow.
we've
Which
talked-
has happened to
why-
me.
Why
Too.
you
He's 18. He pisses every now and then. So I've stepped in that, and that shit is the worst. A pissy wet sock. So that would be 10 for me.
look?
Oh
I've
my
made
God.
I've made my stance on socks known.
Yeah.
They're like the prison of the feet, right?
No,
of the toes.
We've talked
right?
about this.
And this is like waterboarding, all right? It's waterboarding of the toes. I am not okay with wet socks.
So-
I'll let you have it at 8, but it's a 10 for me.
Oh my god.
It's up to you guys. Make up
We're
your
leaving
mind.
it at
I'm going to
8.
leave it at 8 because I
8.
got a feeling there's some bad
Who
shit
would have
coming up.
thought that wet sock brought this out of them? you
I
guys?
hate
I
wet
hate
socks.
it.
I think you know that too.
All right, next up. You are talented enough to become an NBA player.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
3.
man.
Oh, shit.
3.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to. I might have to
just
go
to
I
leave
three.
have to
something for
keep one
one.
open in case
Yeah.
that one thing is on this list. Now Lindsay
In
won't
case we
give
get
it to
dry
us.
socks. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the 3, and that just means that I'm able to play against Book at some point.
There you
Or
go.
maybe play with him.
You could also potentially make millions of dollars.
That would be nice.
So,
Yeah.
it's a good one.
I
All
like
right.
that. We're sitting good right now.
Sitting good? Okay. Next up, Luca wins a championship this upcoming season.
10.
10.
When does he get traded to the Suns in this equation?
Not this year.
That is a 7 for me.
Yeah,
You
I'm
think?
worried about putting it at 10.
That's
Fine.
a 7 for me.
Yeah,
8
you know,
or
you know what?
9 or
It's not
7.
worse than wet socks.
It's not.
It
7.
really isn't. That's
7.
fine.
And I'm
7.
starting to warm up to Luca. So yeah, my bad. Dude, put him 7.
We'll put him 7.
Okay, you good? Good with
Yeah,
7?
Luca's
Yeah.
a
Alright.
cool dude.
The Suns arena moves to Glendale.
Oh shit.
Oh God, that's a
9.
9.
That's got to be a 9.
Nine.
Yeah, that's got to be a
Nine.
9.
No offense to any listeners that we might have in Glendale if they have radio signals out there at this point.
Oh,
but like,
no.
I lived out in Glendale. It is very far. That's a far fucking commute.
Yeah.
And to do that 41 times a season, that's a 45-minute,
Yeah.
hour-long, hour 15 drive for me.
There-
No,
there's
thank
a
you.
I like
Worse-
chicken and pickle, but that's a way, boy.
There's a worse reason.
Why?
Because at that point, you can't be the Phoenix Suns. And
You're
if they
the-
ever become the Arizona Suns, you
No.
can get so stuffed that I'm out
Yeah.
if you become the Arizona
You can get stuffed
Suns.
with
I
wet socks.
Yeah, you can,
Everything.
you can get stuffed with multiple wet socks, all right? Like I'm out if you
Yeah,
become
that's-
the Arizona Suns.
I like where we're at.
So far, so good?
I like where we're at.
All
yeah.
right. A Suns championship.
One.
One.
I'm glad we held it.
That's
Yeah.
why we held on. You
Hold
slick
the
ass
line.
Eric.
Hold the
You
line.
thought you
This
was
is
gonna
why.
get us, sucker. You thought we were gonna get us, E.
I didn't think Lindsay was gonna put this on there. I thought you just.
Oh,
gonna
that
let
wasn't
us sit
Eric
there.
that did this?
This is
No,
me.
I
My bad, E. I love you, dog.
I'm telling you.
I created
thought
this
for-
chaos for
I
you.
thought for sure Lindsay was not going to have this.
Yeah.
And we were going to have one open, and she was going to
Lindsay.
be like, skinning cats. And we're going to be like, what the hell?
Lindsay tried to. We held
Okay.
the line well. Lindsay tried
You
to
held
get
the
us.
line well. Are you ready
Yeah.
for the next
Oh,
one?
I'm worried
shit.
now.
A full happy life with your wife and kids.
10.
Oh,
10?
shit.
What if there's multiple championships? We got to keep.
No.
We got to
Hold
keep
on.
5 and 6 open.
A full happy life with the wife and kids.
full
I'm,
happy
we gotta
life
put it
with
in
your
5
wife.
I'm
now,
gonna get
right?
my head bashed
Well,
in if I
five,
don't put
yeah.
5.
Or do we do? I mean, do we just choose chaos
Damn, a
and put it
sweet-
at 10? Just,
We overstepped with Sweet Treat.
You
We did.
definitely
Sweet
overstepped
treat
the
should have
line.
been. Yeah.
I don't know. A good ice cream.
I got a feeling I'm gonna get a sweet treat when I get
Hold
home
on.
after this ranking.
Yeah.
The
You-
wife
Bro.
is gonna hit me over the head with
Hold on
something.
a second.
Got
I
him.
love that you said sweet treats, the one we overshot on, because
definitely
our
is.
priorities. Look, I always told my wife, Suns are my first love, so championship most important. And I'm sorry to my daughter, but I guess that pertains to you too. But Book is a Sun. You make the NBA and sweet treat. I all think should probably move down before happy life with
Well,
family.
they would, but at least we could have had it at 3 or 2 or something. Sweet Treat at 4 now looking a little
So,
sus.
yeah, sweet treat is sus. I mean, if
Give me a
it was a,
cookie, damn it!
My life is miserable and I hate my family, but can I have that cookie?
I'd like a cookie, please.
Charles in the chat said this is toxic.
A little bit.
oh,
All right,
man.
next up.
We got 6 and 10.
You always have poop on your shoe.
10.
10.
Always.
Are we sure though? Lindsay did a good job here. There might be something worse than.
I love that would be above Luca winning a championship if we put it at
If we-
6.
Hold on, though.
There can't be something worse than
There
that.
is a chance. Hold on.
Always.
There can't be something worse than that, man. Oh, I
There-
guess
there
there could
can
be.
be.
Oh, there
I
can
know
be,
she's
I
got
guess.
something
She's
lined
got
up.
something.
There can be,
You
but the
never know.
chaos that happy life with family, I feel like Lindsay put something really good that's going to be next.
I think she put really something bad.
Yeah.
I think we just saw the pattern
Yeah.
where it was like,
I
oh,
think
the
she
Suns win a
revealed it.
championship. Boom, something better.
Yeah.
Oh, poop on your shoes. Something worse.
Hold on.
I'm
There's-
sensing
there's
a trend.
I do
nothing-
sense a
there's nothing
trend. I
better
do
than
sense
know
a
how
trend.
your mind works.
I'm telling you something catastrophic is happening here.
All right. We
I don't know. I
we
don't
gotta put
know.
it at-
Given
You know what?
we know, we have to put it at 10 just by default
Yeah.
and take whatever comes at 6.
But
But
we're
I
about
know
to-
she's
No,
coming with a curveball.
I think we put it at 6.
Okay.
because wet socks are still worse, and Luka winning a championship is still worse, as is the Arizona Suns.
Damn.
So
Okay.
I'm going 6.
If
Going
I always
6?
got poop on my shoes, I'm barefoot for life.
But
I'm
it
never
doesn't
wearing
say that
fucking
can't be an
shoes.
option.
It
That's
doesn't
true.
say that
So let's
can't
move
be
it
an
up to
option.
6, and we just
Yeah.
live as
We just never
barefoot
wear
Alright, we're
nomads.
gonna-
No,
Yeah.
you put the
Six
wet
then.
socks on when you got to go walk out on the hot
Always
ground.
have poop on your shoe. We're going with
Damn.
6.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. Are
Okay.
y'all sure? Because now I'm confused. Lindsay got a little, her look is telling me something. Oh, man.
Would you like to play a game? 6.
All right,
6.
6?
We're going
Okay.
6.
Locking it in at 6.
Locking in at
Yeah.
6.
All right. Next up, final one. And it's coming in at the 10th spot.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Devin Booker demands a trade next offseason.
I knew
Oh,
it!
shit. Let's go. Good job,
told
Ryan.
ya.
Yo, that's a great
Look
job.
at that.
That's a great job. That is a great job. Lindsay,
Oh, I'm proud
you
of
did a
guys.
fantastic job with this. This
I
needs to
feel
happen
like-
again.
I feel like we only made one misstep. Really? Like,
Really,
Yeah.
just the one?
The sweet
I
treat
feel
in the
what?
family. If you swap 4 and 5, I'm feeling good. No. They know I'm speaking real. Those 3 things are going on my. No. That's right.
Quick, clip it and send it to Mrs. Flex.
I swear to y'all, yeah, my wife and kids know that 1, 2, and 3 are staying there.
I feel like Flex is going, you know what? The ship has sailed on that happy life with
Yep.
family already.
He's like, I've been there,
So I'm
done
gonna
that.
take
Give
my
me the
sweet
treat.
You're going to have all weekend to climb out of the hole you just
I'm
dug.
in trouble.
All right,
I'm in
so
trouble.
here's where we wound up with the blind ranking of things that would make you happy. Number 1, a Suns championship. Number
Yes.
2, Devin Booker is a lifelong Phoenix Sun.
Life is
Number
going good.
3, you have the ability and you make it to the NBA.
Yes,
Number
I'm-
4, a nice little sweet
Okay.
treat.
Yes, give me that cookie.
Number 5, happy life with your wife and kids.
Love y'all.
Number 6, you always have poop on your shoe. Number 7, Luka wins a championship this year. Number 8, a wet sock. Number 9, the Suns Arena moves to Glendale. And number 10, Book demands a trade next offseason.
Yo, we nailed 7 through 10.
It's not
is-
terrible.
it's-
Look,
It could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse.
I still think there's only one misstep. That's it.
What
Now,
is the
What
misstep,
is it?
Espo?
It's the family one,
It's
right?
definitely the family
That's
one.
it, right?
Yeah.
Like everything
Yeah.
else,
Everything
you go,
else was pretty.
yeah, that checks out.
pretty
I think you
close.
guys went too high too quickly, in my opinion.
I fucking think it's great if
Sweet
you
treat
just
probably could
4
have
and
been
5.
a
That's
5
it.
or
That's
6.
my problem. 4, 5.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sticking with this list at 4, 5. If we could just switch 4, 5.
I think I'd probably. Oh man,
I switched 3 and 5.
I'd switch 6 and 7. I feel like Jesus
6 and
Christ,
7?
you guys would rather have shit on your shoe.
I
than
would.
have
That
Luka
is
win
true.
a
No,
title.
G's right there. 6 and 7, absolutely.
No. It's
Always having
better
poop
than
on your
Luka
shoe.
winning a championship.
You
Always.
will literally, not only will the poop always be on your shoe, which will create such a mess in general, you will always smell like shit.
But is it?
But
does
you
it
don't
ever
have
dry?
to have shoes.
Does it ever dry, or is it just like a fresh
no,
turd on the
it's
bottom
like
of my shoe
literally
every day?
a fresh
yeah,
turd on the
no,
bottom
no,
of your
no,
shoe
no.
every day.
See, that's different. Because
Not
if it was
crusty stuff.
You see, if you would have said
the
poop.
fresh stuff,
like, is
Joe.
it leftovers or is it new?
All right,
It's
so
new.
here's the thing, Linz. If you would have said poop on your feet,
That's different. Agreed.
Different.
I
Poop on my
agree.
feet for the rest of my life? Fuck that.
Look, let me say
But
this.
on my shoe, look, I can do it right now. No more poop.
Look, like
No more
Ste-
poop.
stepping
Shoes
in,
gone.
stepping in
Shoes are
shit
gone.
is not worse than
A
Luka
shitty
winning
pair-
a
Yeah, I mean,
championship.
Every
Always,
day, all day.
Yeah.
always, it's
It would,
It's
yes, it would.
definitely
Yes,
worse.
it would be.
No, I take
No.
Luca up. I would
Yes,
I
it
would
would
let
be.
Luca win the chip to have shit off my
Oh
off my
my
shoes.
God.
So says Jay says Espo's only saying that about the happy life with wife and family because my wife watches. Since you're my lawyer, as you taught me, I plead the fifth.
I thought this was fun.
This
a
was
little
fun.
chaotic, a
Mhm.
little mean spirited on my end,
I
but in a good
enjoyed it.
way. In a
No, it was
playful
great.
way.
It worked
No
out.
good.
No, this was
I
fun.
appreciate it.
No good. What kind of animals poop? I mean,
Yeah,
Is it-
that's
is it
exactly it,
human? Is
Eric.
it animal?
all of the above.
That's another thing.
Oh,
we
no.
don't know what kind of
Above.
shit we talking about.
Yes.
Not a scattering of scat.
We'll do another one of these one day. But this was good for our first
Would that
blind
be a
ranking. I'm
shattering?
proud of you guys. You did a good job working together. I'm not mad at the outcome here.
This was fun.
Oh,
A
it
few
worked
things could have been tinkered with, but it could have been way worse for you. So I'm actually really proud. All right. Well, that'll be it for us on this Friday afternoon.
Valley's best podcast. Phoenix Magazine's going, can we pull all those things?
We're like, what did we do?
What have we done?
What have we done? We had a good time. That's what we did.
Mhm.
Thank you all for being here. Once again, if you're here on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. Helps us out a lot. We really appreciate it. Wherever you get your podcast, rate, review, and subscribe. And of course, give the show a follow on social at PHNX_Suns. You can also follow me at Lindsay Smith AZ. You can follow Gerald at Gerald Bourget. You can follow Flex at Flex from Jersey. And you can follow Espo at Espo. Espo, take us home.
Some may say this was a shitty program. I'm
Oh,
not one of
shit.
them. Oh, hoy hoy.
We all silly like the mayor.